Hi, I'm Keith, and this is a user training video for Plan Plus Online by Franklin Covey. This video is on the Process Builder and how to create a new process, sales process. This is part of a 4-video series. This is step 1, the overview, and starting with sales stages. What is a Process Builder and why do we use it? Well, Process Builder can really help out with your accountability inside of your sales opportunities and your pipelines by making sure that every sales opportunity has an assigned user and a due date. The sales opportunities will show up on your home page and will improve your ability to report on activities within that sales process. It's located on the Account tab under both the organization's contacts and the Opportunities section. So when you go to your home page and you have an opportunity set up, you notice that there's a little green stack of money that shows up in your task list. That indicates that that's a task associated with an opportunity. The task is going to show up on the home page for the assigned user on the due date. This makes sure that none of your opportunities slip through the cracks. If you mouse over the little icon on the right side of the sales opportunity, you'll see a pop-up box that shows the contact and some other detail. This is actually the opportunity snapshot. You can configure that on the account page as well. Alright, the best place to start when you're looking to build a process builder is to think about the sales stages of your sales cycle. So, alright, here we are inside of our demo account. The easiest way to get to the sales stage drop-down menu is just go to an opportunity. Any opportunity will do. If you don't have one, you can create a new one now. And you can see all of the different values for the sales stage. So the first part of building your sales process is to make sure that your sales stages are exactly what you want. To manage those, simply click the Manage Sales Stage. Up pops a box to manage the sales stages. So over here to the right, you'll see that I've got an option to make some of these stages inactive. Let's say that I don't want to use one of these sales stages. Like, let's say that I don't want this review step to be part of my sales stage. Let's also eliminate this preliminary step, the prospecting step. I want to go straight to qualification. I'm going to take out analysis and negotiation. And let's say instead of closed won, I want to call this sold. If you're just starting out in a brand new account, it's a good idea to keep the values in the display column and in the key column the same. If you're working in an account and you're making changes midstream, if you make a change to the display name, any values that were previously in there under the same key value will show up with that new display name. So once we've selected our sales stages, we're going to go ahead and click Submit here. You'll see that my inactive stages are still displayed on the page, but they've got the checkbox here, so those will not show up in my drop-down menus. To bring this full circle, I'll show you a couple other places. I'm on the Opportunities tab. This is where my sales stages can be displayed, so you see my changes are reflected. Once you get your sales stages set, you're going to want to go to the Account tab into the Opportunities section, and here you'll find Sales Process and the Process Builder options. The remaining videos will discuss all of the options associated with creating a new process. Welcome back to the Process Builder video series. This is step 2. In this video, we will begin building our sales process. Alright, to get started with the sales process, navigate to the Account tab, open up the Opportunities box, and click on the Process Builder link. Alright, most accounts will have a couple of processes in there by default, so you can take a look around and get familiar with them. In this video, we're going to jump right in and create a new one. So we'll click Create New. First thing we've got to do is give our process a name and select whether it's an opportunity or contact process. In this case, we're building an opportunity process. For the sake of demonstration, my company is Acme, and this is the Acme sales process. We'll create the process. Now what I'm looking at is a pretty empty screen here with the ability to add steps over here. You'll see each step can have a number and a letter. This is like building an outline, so what I would recommend is build your high-level outlines, each step being 1A, step 2A, etc. My first step is going to be qualification. The description is not required, but you can certainly put one in. The description will be displayed to any user who uses this process. The first step in your sales process always needs to be immediate. All those steps will be branched from another step. Each step will have a due date. You can associate the due date to be a certain number of days out. In this case, we'll set this one out to be 0 days. I'll submit that. Now you see that that step is displayed over here to the left. So what I recommend is create all of your high-level steps that match your sales stages first. And again, remember the rule. We're going to first build our outline. We're going to use step 2A, and I'm going to use my proposal price quote step. Again, because this is the second or beyond step, it's always going to be branched from another step. and I'll have this one to be due in 1 day. The next sales stage that I have is my sold sales stage. Now you might notice on some of these sales stages you don't want them to show up on your task list. So what you'll do is you'll set them to no due date final step. You can also use the user specify that will allow you to select any date. Just a note, if you select no due date final step, this sales process will not show up on your task list. So you can get those off of your task list by using a step that has no due date final step. Now what I have here is a fairly simple process. One thing that is important to note is many sales processes are going to have some sort of a dead or a lost or a hold type result. So I'll go ahead and put that in. For any sort of a step that's going to be dead or lost, I'm going to use a no due date final step from the drop down value. One thing that you might find while you're building your sales process steps is that you start to ask yourself, okay, what happens if it's not qualified after step 1? Well, you can come back up here and you can create a step 1B called not qualified, and that step will drop in right between 1A and 2A. That's the big reason why you use 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, is so that you can go and layer in additional steps in between those. The remaining information will be in another video. Watch that video for how to link the possible results within the steps.